See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, 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 I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone, I'm forever pouring liquor for them. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for them. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks, they call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, 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 I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the Convention Center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
I.S.U.P.K presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We call it all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Sharp. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them U.P.K rules. I'm making like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. He ain't locked in with the code, and when you speaking to me for. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going down. Join us for this year's All Black Party, hosted by Commanding General Yohanna and the I.S.U.P.K. This year, it's going down in Durham, North Carolina at the Durham Armory. Last year, brothers and sisters came out from all over the world. It was a packed house to celebrate the 2022 Hebrew Academy graduates. These brothers faced life and death, and as a result, they were honored on this night for their sacrifice and their victory at the gauntlet. But wait, this year it's going down. There will be a Hebrew concert featuring Captain Akon, 144 the Rebel. King Ty, Captain Ty Ward.
Let's rewind time and we'll find that nature knows no color line.
One Westworld.
Jesus had all people colorblind. We reside somewhere in the midst of ancient Palestine.
Lost Tribes, Captain Kataza.
Cowards because the righteous are as bold as a lion. Iron sharpens iron.
I1YAHANNA.
Cause we're rebellion, stubborn, stiff neck, simple.
Also known as Dope E.
Like the stars of Orion.
And Officer Natazab, UPK Natazab, and much more. It's going to be an open bar. Make sure that you get your tickets. It's going down this year, 2023, the 54th annual Passover and the annual All-Black Party, hosted by Commanding General Yohanna and the I.S.U.P.K.
Still blessed.
Until we rise.
I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look.
The city eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure. Got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard. Tell them it's all true. Be cautious. That foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game. I'm John Q. The colder than the avalanche. Way above average. Offense taste sweet. Told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones. This where hope found. Child become a man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how them crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poker stop, nigga. I lay that game down. I feel his pain cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantula. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see profits under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a facility, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Shalom Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commanding General Yohanna's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the Convention Center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st, in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
SHALAM,
YAHANNA. We back in it to win it all the way through. Back again Saturday night, holding down for Commander GEN.YAHANNA, hardest working man in Israel. Listen, he bringing y'all Passover this year. You're gonna float. You're gonna be floating to North Carolina and floating right back up. You just gonna get spiritual power. You know what I mean? Big up.
It's like you can't. I preparing for brothers to stay.
They're gonna just move. I'm staying right here. I ain't going nowhere else.
I'm gonna have the transfer papers right here. Wait, just your signature right here.
They're gonna be Raleigh and Sons. Yeah, man. So we holding it down again as usual. We have on the inside Captain Attack Rockers out to North Carolina. You know what I mean? Making our way. He going to prepare it away for you in April. You know what I mean? Captain Azana, yeah. What's going on? Upstate New York, Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester, all that area. That's the man to go see. You know what I mean? And Midwest, representing the Midwest. Captain Kapash coming up from Indianapolis, Indiana. You know what I mean? Whole Cincinnati, all that area around. Brother been rocking hard from the day one. Built an amazing school out there. Raised up a ton of brothers out there too. Under Captain Quad. Excellent work. And from the Midwest as well. Captain the Potters, come through Indianapolis, rocking out Ohio now and everywhere. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Excellent help, always helping, always an addition. You know what I mean? I think we should be having Kahan and Kazak coming through in a little bit.
Yeah.
Tonight, brothers always working, so they won't be getting it in. So yeah, man. Tonight the night of mayhem.
Man.
You can feel it out there. If you step outside, you can feel it.
You could feel the death in the air. You could just, I don't know. There's a lot of unnecessary shit going on, but have it your way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have it your way. So what we looking like? What story y'all want to start with?
Salaki, sir.
Yeah, please.
It gotta be that Hamite. We gotta get on his head tonight.
Yeah. I know if you want to start with the one with the Caucasian male who broke into school to save them 20 people, and then save that special bullet for them.
The Akon. Oh look, I kind of feeling the Akon because them Hamites right now, they is the proud boy. Yeah. Like I I think, you know, as the time go on and they don't get cemented in this place called Babylon, they like, okay, there was a time when a Hamite would shut his goddamn mouth.
Yes.
And be humble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They would, you know, because they really wasn't living like that.
No.
You know what I mean? And it really is, it's down there like a shame on us because we like to take in everybody like a goddamn stray dog.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like an old woman who have a problem taking in, like she always taking in a cat or somebody who was bringing home a stray dog. Like we take in these heathens and really embrace them.
Yeah.
And really teach them culture and show them the way. And as they learn us, they hate us.
That's no different than Bob Marley.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you teach him your ways, you teach him everything, and then he gets to, you know what I mean, as the scriptures say, they shall be the head, you shall be the tail.
Or the stranger that coming among you shall get above thee very high.
Yes.
And you will come down very low. So, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I just want to big up everybody who always rocking with us every night, every Saturday, Lord. Sister Batharawana, Salakia, UPK Pagaibawa. You know what I mean? Sister Tazalaya always coming, you know, clap it up, you'll give it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sister Brandy, always rocking Tate Douglas, Brandy from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So Wapiala down there in Trinidad, rocking it out. Brother Young, Officer Makulat, rocking it out. Naeem Pleasant Sister, who else we have here? From Indianapolis. Shamashwan from Naptown. That's Kapash areas there, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Hold on. Abishai, Judah Ben Israel from Albany, Georgia.
Denisha Jones always rocking with us too.
What's your name?
Denisha Jones.
Denisha Jones. Hold on, I'm trying to scroll. Bear with me. I might be past it. Hold on. I think I just see it. Denisha Jones always rocking. You know what I mean? Dabawara. Aidana. You know what I mean? Holding it down. Yo, like and share this thing, man. Let's beat up that algorithm. Let this Blackwatch channel go absolutely viral so that, you know, this so-called next year that everybody gonna celebrate tonight. When they're going on YouTube, they're only gonna see the real priests and prophets of the Lord, not the imitation, not the fakes, and they're gonna hear straight from the source. You know what I mean? They're gonna be able to see Command at the top of the search engine, at the top of the suggestions from day one. You know what I mean? They're gonna start to come to him now for the perspective on everything Israel. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Y'all they go ask a man the perspective on things Israel. The first thing he bring up is polygamy.
Yeah.
First thing he bring up is, you know, you niggas is having too much sex, just like a white man. Only an oppressor would want to tell a black man how much and where he could, you know, stick his member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Let's I don't know. We could start with the Akon a little bit and back and forth because really it's gonna feature in a lot of these stories tonight.
Yeah, if you start with Akon, we gonna end with Akon. Trust me.
Yeah, I realize it's gonna feature a lot.
I'm telling you, I'm truly pissed off with, you know what I mean, with these so-called Africans. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, the from and knowing how, you know what I mean, black people try to, you know what I mean, bring them into the family is much like you know, it's like DJ Khaled and Bong Tequila, not Bong, Sizzler. How, you know what I mean, Sizzler bring him into the family and thought he would have, you know what I mean, have some type of honor, some type of, you know what I mean, some deep-rooted respect for his family. But he didn't do that. You know what I mean? They're just about money. They will hold him out until they're able to get above you. You know what I mean? And once they're able to get above you, then they kick you to the curb.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Listen, you mad with the Hamites. I'm mad with my people.
Well, that too.
I'm mad with Israel for embracing these people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we could never go to their place and open up a restaurant and get participation. We could never go to their country and, you know, be what they are to us. You know what I mean? It might be a little different with these Hamites But you know, as he, you know, considering all them heathens, you know, you had the Chinese, the Ethiopians, all of them doing the same, and it could never be flipped around or reciprocated, or you know, it's never an exchange. It's always robbery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always robbery. So sure, I mean, and whoever could pull it, you know, pull the story and read it down. Read this. You start off with that, and we're gonna jump around a little bit.
Sorry, I can pull it up.
Sure.
Please, and don't forget tonight. I can't remember if that was on the list. That Amber Rose, is that one on the list?
Amber Rose.
I didn't see it, sir, in the first.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, I definitely want to touch on that one tonight a little bit.
Yeah,
please, sir.
She went on that damn Drink Champs, and you know, damn near, you know, be the advocate for being a hoe.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? And the brothers on the Drink Champs who was housed that. Like this whole housed them.
Yeah. Like it, sir.
Housed them, brother. I mean, full discipline. The only thing they ain't do is add Mariam Shabbat and put their head to the floor. Not bad.
It's a like it, sir. Please, it's crazy that it was battle rappers. It's Murder Mook and Loaded Lux. I mean, when they get on stage, all they do is destroy their opponent. You know, so they should be accustomed to debating or battling and going back and forth and just taking it to the extreme limit. You know, they'll stand on stage and say, "I'll kill your mother" and all this other, you know. But as soon as the glorified hoe starts speaking, they got all quiet and well, let me backtrack. So that'll be a good story to go over as well. So
yeah, I definitely want to touch a little bit on this. I know Mal Quad, you know, he jumped into it last night. That's how I heard about it. They brought it up. Big up Mal Quad too, and that Wrong Table of Truth. Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Go check him out. He's broadcasting live from Chicago, live from the Windy City. You know what I mean?
Concert.
So yeah, let's roll.
Yeah, kind of concert. This is from Vibe.com. It says Von Lathan calls out Akon for shitting on the American experience. All right, it goes on to say Von Lathan is displeased by Akon's sentiments that Africans are better performers than Black Americans.
And boy, out of everybody, Von Lathan is the one. Hold on. No, I'm confusing him with Van Jones. Salaki, keep going.
Oh, Salaki, yeah.
I was just about to rain down on him, you know, drive by. Wrong identity.
Okay. It says on Tuesday, December 27th, the former TMZ co-host and senior producer took to Instagram to unload on the convicted musician and his clownish that Lathan claims he's engaged in for years now. First off, Akon has been on his clownish for years now, but that's another topic. Van expressed, God bless him. I want to say something though. I'm Black, like Black American Black, like South Louisiana Bayou bondage Black. Right. I'm gonna drop down. It's a part in here where he talks about
So who was saying that statement? I'm Black. I'm like, you know.
So this is brother. If I could, sir. This is Von Lathan saying like he's making a separation, which is heavy because he's saying like I'm not African, I'm Black, Louisiana, you know, bondage Black.
I got you. All right, go ahead.
It goes on to say he asserts his pride in Black American culture and pushes back the idea that it is less than African culture. Lathan then analyzed the intention behind the opinionated artist's comments, accusing him of shitting on an entire experience I feel connected to by birthright. All right. And it says, Lathan continues speaking directly to the St. Louis-born Senegalese Americans' remarks discussing America's performers and their bored as hell half-spirited performances, which was Akon's comment. So like it's one more heavy part in here, so I'm gonna scroll down.
Boy. Oh man.
No, listen. This is what I want. Van Lathan is not an entertainer. He's almost an influencer and a podcaster. He started off on TMZ and all that type of shit. I really want these entertainers to say something.
Yeah.
These rappers, because listen, that a few years ago, you remember Trinidad James went up in New York and was real out of pocket and disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And this rapper named Mano had some men who remembered him and robbed him. I think they roughed him up and took his watch or something off of him for him saying New York slipping in the rap, which he was not wrong for saying it, but it's the way he said it. It was kind of disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to know where is going to be the backlash against this, and this is a heathen.
Right.
You all had the backlash for a brother who was from the South and came with the South culture of rap.
Right.
And when I say from the South, he adopted the South as his home, right? He's really a Benjamin from the islands, but he adopted the culture from the South as his home, and you all made him pay the tax for coming out the mouth wrong. Who's taxing Akon?
Right.
Who is now going to make him pay the tax? Who's going to now say he is persona non grata, which means you're not welcome here anymore, Negro?
Right.
You can't come around here no more.
Yeah. Time to treat him like a rat.
Say again?
It's time for them to treat him like a rat, meaning never do any collabs, nothing with them Africans, no more.
Nothing.
So you cannot tell me, if I ask any one of them major African singers, who the model the career after, who the mentor themselves after, they're not going to tell you any African singer.
Exactly.
They cannot tell you any African singer. Burna Boy cannot tell you about any African singer because Africans don't sing reggae music. You understand what I'm saying? Like they cannot they can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So now to come out his mouth and make that type of statement is almost like, you know what I mean? Like it's like a guess now turning his, you know what I mean, trying to destroy your whole your persona, your whole characteristic. Each is trying to destroy you so that his people, you look at that Afrobeat, that jungle music. You understand? I know more, you know what I mean?
And it's a little bit more than that.
Salakia.
Not just turning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Salakia, sir. I kind of look at it a little different, though. Like, I really look at it like they so prideful that they don't acknowledge. I never really, like, since the whole Afro beats explosion, and even before that, like, I've never seen them really give thanks or gratitude for opening the door for Black Americans or Benjamites or West Indians, Caribbeans. They never really come out and really give the gratitude. Like if you look at Burna Boy, he'll always talk about Africa and everything come from Africa. And I remember his mother accepted the award for him and was just talking about Africa, and Africa is great and everybody should look to Africa. I heard Wale say in the interview as well before, you know, I'm African, so I was born woke. like you know, like he's conscious because he was born an African. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, they have so much pride when it comes to us. But just like you're saying, Captain Mashak, because we won't check them. We'll run up on each other and we'll have East Coast, West Coast, a disagreement about the South or the old hip hop versus the new hip hop, reggae, dancehall. We'll battle like each other till days end, till something really pop off.
Right.
But we'll look at the Hamites or these filthy, disgusting people, DJ Khaled, we'll look at them and just give them a pass and another pass and another pass because we're so destroyed that we don't have any love for each other or love for ourselves, which would make us selfish. And we think that being selfish towards our own, like there's something wrong with it. Like to tell the Africans, nah, you can't do dancehall. Y'all stole our music. When I heard them do that, I'm just like, yo, they just completely stole Benjamin style.
Yep.
And I was just mind boggled. Like, how come they just stole Benjamin style? And it was so sad. like how Judah and Benjamin are battling and fighting, or who started hip hop, or Cool Herc came from Jamaica. Like you'll hear this battle nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, reggae's supposed to be like this. We ain't supposed to rap like you rappers. I'm just like, why are we battling? Why are we battling each other? But when it comes to the Hamites or Elam or Ishmael, man, we give them an open pass to destroy it.
We absolutely do. You know what I mean? And okay, is definitely that first point you had made about, you know, they don't give the props for, you know, the opening the door for the Burna Boy and stuff. They're not going to give it the props because whichever is the devil behind Burna Boy, for instance, they consider his music Afrobeats, which is something new.
Mm-hmm.
You get the point? Almost like this is a new sound that was created, and then he's just the face of it now. So there's no props to give for something new. You understand? If they was honest about it, they would know that they're lying about this being a new sound, that this is just dancehall they took. They just took dancehall and they overlay it with, you know, some R&B from Judah, and now this is their filthy African accent, and this is Afrobeats. You get the point? They take Benjamin music, Judahite music, and they make Afrobeats, and that's it. But they never ever gonna give that props like you're saying. If I could also too, let me just respond to this travel 2 times, right? Travel 2 times. You don't understand fully what you're saying, right? You see, he said Trinidad technically no different than Akon. They're both not foundation black-blooded Americans. Well, okay, this would be a problem, right? Trinidad James is a Benjamite. He is from the Caribbean. He would have went through slavery just like the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Right? And Trinidad James, because he's not from New York, where KRS-One, who is a Benjamite, was accepted. Busta Rhymes, who's a Benjamite, was accepted.
Don't forget Biggie. Throw Biggie in there too.
Biggie Smalls. Well, I mean, I ain't too sure about Biggie Smalls. I know they say his mother is definitely Benjamin. I'm not too sure about his father. But what I'm saying is, if in the hip hop culture, New York was considered the Mecca. So if you came out in New York, it would be like a license you get, like a green light. Whether you was you know, Ephraim, Simeon, like Cameron. Not Cameron. Is Cameron?
Yeah, Cameron from New York.
Yeah, he's Simeon, right?
Sir.
I think
like,
he is.
You know, like he's Simeon, he gets a pass. When I say a pass, meaning nobody says he's not foundation black-blooded American.
Right.
You get the point? Nobody says that. Pop Smoke is Zebulon. He's Panamanian. Nobody would say he's not foundation black-blooded American. But he's saying this because Trinidad James came from that southern part and came with something little bit different, and he's a Benjamite. Now, what he was saying was absolutely true. He charged New York for not supporting New York artists and not supporting New York young artists. And that's been said by many, many hip-hop gurus, right? Even 50 Cent was saying that's the reason he works with younger artists. He tried to work with Chief Keef. He tried to work with that Tekashi 6ix9ine. He always tried to pull younger artists, and when you look at New York hip-hop scene, he's really the only one who does that type of thing. And because of that, New York started to fall back in the hip-hop, and now the South started opening up. Why? Because Southern hip-hop artists work with each other and push each other and promote each other. That's what Trinidad James was saying, but he went in front of a crowd and was very disrespectful about it. Now, him being disrespectful about it is a brother to another brother.
That's it.
To talk.
Family
That's family business, man.
Yeah.
That's family business. Akon is a filthy heathen.
That's right.
Who has no place at our table to talk. So you are absolutely wrong to say technically he's no different. He is very much different than Akon.
That's right.
He is very much different than Akon. And what your mindset is part of the problem. These heathens get to live amongst us, man. I want to say live. I ain't talking about they in the apartment next door to yours. That's not your decision. That's the landlord who is an oppressor. I'm talking about live meaning eat. Like our black the black sayings when they say let him live or let me live or can I live? Your mindset travel 2 times is the reason they get to live.
That's right.
Your mindset technically is no different.
And Salaki Captain is the reason why, as he's saying, his mindset is the reason why Akon will come out and have the gall to say what he said.
Exactly.
You
And
understand
nobody checking without fear of being checked.
Yeah. But Trinidad James, he do it, he gonna get checked.
He gonna get checked.
You know what I mean?
He gonna get checked. He gonna get bullied. He gonna get punked. You gonna meet him at a Robin. You get the point? We gotta protect our own, man.
Right.
We had to protect our own. Akon come and live off of our music.
Right.
Got famous off of our music, man.
Okay. And Salaki, he was mediocre. He wasn't in the top. If you ask for the top 10 rappers, top 20 rappers, he's not, or R&B, he's not even in the top 20.
No.
Salaki, sir.
Please, Napata, sir.
If I could, that's 2 points I was going to bring out. With Captain I.S.U.P.K just hit on one of them. Like, I ain't never met anybody that said, yo, you cop that new Akon CD? Right. Captain I.S.U.P.K said top 20. He ain't in the top, 100, 200, 500. He's mid. And the reason he got famous is, like we all been pointing out, is he's famous off collabs. Like, he had a couple semi-hits by himself, but that was after the collaborations that he had with more important people. And the other point that I just wanted to bring out is that the scripture that Captain I.S.U.P.K quoted earlier, I just wanted to read. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Right.
And when I thought about that, I thought about Eminem. It's like, here's a cat who's the #1 rap artist in the world. #1. And niggas put him on. Put him on. He would have never had a chance to even become a rapper. No one would have paid him 2 cents if he tried to do it without the help of black people.
That's right.
That was it.
Exactly.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Salakia, sir. He's absolutely right. He got famous off of the song Locked Up. And that was because of Styles P.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't had nothing to do with Akon. Akon had nothing to do with being great or making himself great, just like Eminem, just like DJ Khaled. Okay, they just mount on the back and they just automatically going to sell. Not only, like Akon takes all that money that he make off of our music, off of our culture, off of our language, off of our style, right? He take our salt and our flavor. He takes all that money back to Senegal.
Yes.
He doesn't say, okay, I learned this in New Jersey. I learned this in New York City. I learned this from Black Americans. Let me get invested in. Let me give back to them. Burna Boy doesn't say, okay, let me split this money that instead of just all sending it to Nigeria, Jamaica then influenced my whole entire sound. So let me give money back to the Caribbean and where it needs to go because they created the way for me. But it's sad because their people are going to support them. Eminem is considered the greatest rapper of all time, not because of his lyrics. It's just because he's white.
That's it.
And white people are going to support him. Yeah. Akon is trash. He's basura. He cannot rap. He can't rap a lick. His voice is horrible. He doesn't have the look. He's hideous to look at. You know what I'm saying? He's trash. So, but the only reason why he sells so many records is because of all the Africans are going to buy that album.
That's it.
Okay. They're going to make sure that they support themselves and support each other. And you called out Travel 2X. He's saying what he's saying because he won't support us.
All right.
He won't support foundational Black Americans. He won't support Black Americans. Trinidad James is from the Caribbean, which is the Americas. That's an American too. He was a slave under the Americas, right? So we so stupid and caught up that we won't support each other. Like you said, Captain I.S.U.P.K, we should be mad at ourselves, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, Akon should not even have the gall to fix his mouth. He should be afraid to say something like that. He should see, like you know how you got like a Edomite, might be afraid to say something. He's really trying to say it, but he won't say it because he's scared that he might get beat up or robbed after the interview, or he'll get canceled and lose his
job. The backlash.
The backlash, the water, sir. Akon won't. He doesn't consider that because he knows Black Americans or Black people, Black Hispanics and Native Americans and Caribbeans. We won't have any backlash towards him. We won't.
Right.
We won't.
And
we automatically think that he is our father. I'm tired of us thinking that Hamites are the original man and our father and our like we come from them.
Well, that's really why Akon got famous.
Yeah.
It's the romanticism with Africa.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than Michael Blackson, who is not funny.
He's not.
You understand? He is not funny. Michael Blackson. You know what Michael Blackson is? Michael Blackson is like an animal who could talk.
That's
like, it's amazing he could even speak. You get going like imagine you have a puppy that could put clothes on and pour coffee. People are going to clap every time they see him.
That's
because there's no dog that does this.
That's right.
He's like you, sir. I was thinking. Hey,
go ahead.
When you said before you said that, when you sent out the list, when I pulled up Akon, I looked at his picture. I said he looked like the frog from WB. You know the frog with the dance, you see?
Yeah.
Like he can't. He's nothing special. He just looks like if you pull up his picture, everybody gonna say he looked like Daffy Duck with his beak shot off, or he looked like the frog from WB.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So like you said,
you absolutely right. Like there's no solid talent with them.
That's right.
There's absolutely no. The other one, Godfrey. That Godfrey, you know what I'm talking about? The comedian.
Who was with Vlad?
Always with Vlad.
Yeah.
He's not funny.
Come.
But he's a Hamite, and this generation is the second remove from the romanticism of Africa. Meaning this generation that we have now, the one before, is the first generation after the romanticism. The ones who was the parents in the 80s, late 70s and 80s, was very pro-Africa. Very the first man, Egypt, Ra, giving the children names like Kwesi and
Zulu and Tupac, Shakur.
That's it. So now you have two generations removed from that. Anything Hamite is okay. Just think like the NBA. In the NBA in the 80s, was there any Hamite that you could name?
Like two, like Manute Bol, and I think Hakeem.
I think Manute and Hakeem was 90s.
Maybe, yeah.
I think there was 90s, and there was one. Look at the NBA now.
Right.
You have Hamites dominating, a ton of them playing. And if they talk, you can't tell. Does that mean these Hamites have any kind of skill? No. Somebody took them in and showed them how to do what they do.
That's it.
Somebody took that the Greek one, anti-blackness, whatever his name is.
Right.
Showed him how to play. Igudala showed him how to play. Give me some more. There's a ton of them in there.
Yeah. They had one who win the NBA with I forget what I think the two NBA seasons ago he won it.
With Bucks, that's the one I'm talking about, the Greek one.
Yeah.
That's the Greek one I'm talking about. And it's that same situation. So now what Akon is saying is not a singular thought. What Akon is saying is what every Hamite who supervises a parking lot says, every Hamite who is in the 7-Eleven cursing you out while you buy your coffee says.
Yes.
Right.
Which is, you Black Americans is lazy.
Yeah.
You born in the best country in the world and you can't, you should just shut him out and work. That's what he really saying. He's saying an age-old thing from these heathens. That's what he's saying. And nobody checking him on it. Nobody telling him watch his goddamn mouth, because we spend a whole ton of time embracing these heathens, loving these goddamn heathens. I mean, Van Lathan was absolutely right to say what he said about it.
Right.
He was absolutely right.
And them,
so like Cap, this is one more heavy part in the story, real quick.
Please.
So he says, and make no mistake, when you single out Black Americans for criticism, the ones who have culturally empowered the entire diaspora, you're shitting an entire experience I feel connected to by birthright. Why do people who've like Akon, who've made millions of dollars cosplaying like brothers from Atlanta or Miami, feel the need to tear into us specifically?
Cosplaying. He called Akon a cosplay. Good night,
right,
Goku. He called him a cartoon character, and that's the truth. You're really cosplaying. Why didn't you make your money wearing the shakies and doing the African shake?
Yeah.
Right. Why didn't you come on BET and sing the old Sesame Street alphabet? A, amazing, B, beautiful, and sound like them Hamites.
Right.
Why didn't you go on there and do the Hamite thing?
That's right. And I show Captain Mishak, if you could pull up that African trying to do rap 10 years ago, you will see how horrible it was. I mean, I can't remember. Me and Kahan was, there used to be this station where it was strictly just for Hamite music. Brother, and you see the rap, they're trying to rap in their language in English. It's horrible. You ever drive by a Christian church, Hamite Christian church? You know it. Everybody is out of chord. There's no rhythm, nothing. Where did they get all this rhythm from? Where did they get all this, this vibe from? You understand? They got it from us, from the Benjamites, from the Judites, from the Hispanics. They got it from us. They learned from us, got above us, and now it's like they want to kick us to the curb. They want to follow after a so-called oppressor. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly putting them, like, as you're saying, Captain Mishak, that generation, that older generation was bringing them in. And now this younger generation that coming in, they're seeing that they're getting above the so-called black man in America, in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time for them to really come out and let you know that you're not the original. Yeah, watch that. Now that is Hammer. That there is them right
now.
Listen, hold on. Let's hear him. I'm sure he's spitting about.
Let me take you to the moon. I'm showing later on you will be my baby.
Right, but Akon said black rappers are what he said, we lazy in performing, and what is the other thing he said? Napatasa?
Salakia.
Salakia. He said the pants sagging down. They're boring. They're high.
Sagging?
He said the pants is falling down on their butt. Something to that effect. He said they get up there, they already high. They bored. They have no enthusiasm. That's what he said.
I'm telling you, boy, somebody had to step to him, boy. Somebody had to step to him, not in a violent way.
Salaki, go ahead.
Somebody had to step to Akon, boy. Somebody had to step to him and really ask him to explain. Really break it down.
Explain that. That's on the screen right there. Explain that shit.
Yeah, perfect screenshot right there.
So can you go back about 4 seconds? He laying on a zebra. He's literally rapping on the zebra. If you go back about 4 or 5 seconds, he laying on the zebra talking on the phone. He laying on the zebra. Ridiculous. They are trash, man.
That's Hamite culture. That's Hamite culture right there. You got Akon should have been like that with the Congo drums and all the all screaming in the background.
That's what I'm saying.
Music on Akon.
Why he wasn't doing all that before?
That's right.
And okay, this is the other thing you have to look at. This is not just, our rappers ain't just started wearing the pants sagging. That's been since the 90s. And he was wearing his pants sagging too in them videos.
That's it.
That locked up video. He was in there cosplaying the American plight, which is what? I'm locked up. They won't let me out.
Right.
That ain't happening to Hamites. Hamites ain't filling up the goddamn jail.
Right. And Salakia, Cap, to go furthermore on here, he ain't wearing his normal his Hamite garment.
Exactly.
Right now. In that interview, he ain't dressing like a Hamite.
Exactly.
He's dressing like a brother. He's still trying to push that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That cool look. Go put on that dashiki, man.
Right.
Go put on that just cheeky. Go put that bone in your lip. You know what I mean? Really turn it up. Really, you know what I mean? Say, you know what I mean? This is us. We better than you.
Like the brother said, he cosplaying a black man, wearing a black man, dressing black man, but inside he really not a black man.
No.
So even though he got the covering of a brother, he not a brother. That's why the words coming to his mouth is what it is.
Exactly. And not only that, there's another thing too to look at, right? This is the season of kicking black people while we are down. This is the season of it where everybody gets to say something against black people while we are down. And he is just joining in that right now. He's joining into it fully and wholeheartedly. And it's absolutely shameful. Like now, where Kanye West says something and, you know, his music ain't being played, his catalog being pulled, people who did records with him, Tory Lanez, he get convicted of something. All them old school producers who he was doing R&B music with him pulled the catalog. They cutting him off. So now I want to see the same energy for Akon.
Right.
You know what I mean? What was the them two brothers who he made music with? Oh boy,
I.S.U.P.K.
No.
Jeezy.
They one of them was just resigned from Kanye West label.
Pusha T and
his
Big
brother.
Sean.
And didn't they make music with Akon too?
Yeah, they did. Come on.
That's what I thought. I want to see them pull the catalog, man.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see that come from the entertainment industry. That shouldn't have to come from Van Lathan. That's his job. He a podcaster. He gonna come out and say them type of things. And he ain't now start taking on heavy topics. He been doing that since TMZ. That's why he left TMZ in the first goddamn place.
Right.
He got into it with that so-called Jewish man, that Harvey Levin, on the set and rolled to hell out. He's like, well, to hell with you all. I'm gonna go start my own show. So he ain't new to it. But I want to see all you entertainers, man. Like, goddamn. You gonna let him say whatever he had to say?
Right.
And if I could, I got a quick scripture I'm gonna read, Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. Because you was talking about the generations that started falling in love with Africa before us. Think back a few more generations, and a few more generations, and a few more generations. The same ones them Africans that's over there now are the ones that sold us onto the slave ships. That's why they still over there. They're the ones who said, oh, look at this group right here. These the Kingdom of Judah. It's on the map, the 1747 map. Let's get rid of these Kingdom of Judah, black Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Negroes. Let's get rid of them. They're the ones who did that. Those same ones we loving now. Yoruba, the Igbo, all them Ghanaians. That's the ones. Them the ones who put us on the ships. So if you want to look back. If you were to think back, if you could have asked some generations back, they'll tell you, nah, them Hamites hate us.
That's right.
They can't wait to get rid of us. They can't wait to usurp us. Anything we have, they want to take it. And that's what they come now. They took what we had over there. Now we over here created something else amazing. Now they want to try to take this too.
Right.
Take our music.
Right.
If I could,
when they ever want to stop.
If I could, what's his name? Travel 2 times said I stand corrected. Damn right, travel 2 times.
That's right.
Damn right, brother. Everybody got to wake up somehow and somewhere, brother. We're gonna wake people up. We're gonna tell you the truth, brother, so you could know who to love. This is the thing with our people, 12 tribes of Israel. We think loving somebody is an emotion. Loving is a goddamn decision.
That's right.
It's a decision. It ain't got to do with nothing about how you feel. It's a duty, like brushing your teeth and taking a bath.
Right.
You make a decision to go do it.
And just to send your point home,
Please.
that is what Akon was doing.
Yes.
Akon showed that he loved his African people.
Right.
And he was willing to go against the grain for his people to make that outlandish statement. You know, even though he was wrong, he chose to go down that path because in his mind, if he doesn't do it, then Afrobeats ain't gonna make it. You understand?
Yeah. Oh, but I
That's
didn't
heavy.
even think about that. No, go ahead, please.
That's heavy. I said that because the thing in question was a YouTube video from Uganda or a musician from Uganda, and he's in Senegal. Uganda is East Africa, and he's in Senegal. So just like Captain I.S.U.P.K is saying, he's standing up and making the decision for all of Africa. I'm glad the brother said I stand corrected, because we over here as the 12 tribes, we love tribalism and we'll battle against the tribes,
which is what he was just doing.
Like we not. I'm not. You know, we gotta. So we got an issue to where we don't defend each other because this brother is from down south, or this brother is from the islands, or he's a Gadite or a Simeonite or Ephraimite or a Levite, and we'll battle over that and clash over that to where he talking about somewhere way in the middle of nowhere, Uganda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how Captain I.S.U.P.K brought that out. Yeah.
And that's the same point I was gonna make. Like I didn't even think about that. He's really setting the tone for them men to get bookings and concerts and BET appearances because now somebody said it. Just like when Trump said Mexicans are rapists, his base is they're already thinking that. But when somebody comes and say it, now it's out there. Now we can just treat them like trash. Now he said it and nobody come up against it. Guess what's gonna happen? Let's book more Wizkid and more Burna Boy and more something Angelo, whatever the hell his name is. The one who say money fall on you, banana fall. You remember that damn song that's played everywhere, goddamn where? Yeah. and they're gonna book the other one from Power, the old South African from Power, the light skin one.
Rotimi.
He can't. He is trash.
He can't do nothing. But run and look guilty. That's about it. He that guilty face he got, brother. Ain't nobody else got that one. The way he looked when like in that Power show when they corner him and they're trying to kill him. He looked like when the rat gets stuck on the glue and you catch the rat and the rat looking at you trying to turn his head, but the glue sticking down the chin. He looked just like that. That guilty face, he gifted with that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, let me just highlight this here too. General Q, big up General Q. You know what I mean? He said, "Them low life purple cats be accepting them Hamites," and that's the truth. And them purple sodomites say the same thing about black people.
That's it. Yes.
They charge us. They charge us and look down on us. The white man say, "Stop." Why that boy didn't stop? Trayvon Martin. Who the hell cares about Trayvon Martin? That's that same spirit that Akon have. That's the exact same spirit. Tell me not no I see them purple goddamn sodomites, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Christian and evil and wicked and turncoats to the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right. Salaki, sir.
Please,
I was just going to say, sir, and what you said, I remember being in the world when that video came out. And even as a brother, as a wicked brother in the world, when I heard him say to hell with Trayvon Martin, I'm like, these niggas, they work for the government. Like, as a nigga that's getting high and that's doing all types of actual violence against brothers, to hear him say it, it was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, y'all niggas is off.
Like, what the hell is you talking about?
Right.
It's absolutely crazy, man.
Yeah. And did you hear about Meek Mill in Ghana? Meek Mill, he was over there, had to fight. Did you hear about that?
That's one of the stories.
We could jump to it right through.
Oh, okay, so like you, sir.
I didn't jump around, but this Akon story gonna be, damn near the underbelly of this whole damn show.
Yeah, but after this show, there's a separation between Africa and Israel.
Oh man, it's got to be.
You know what I mean?
It's got to be.
Black Palestinians will know that there's gonna be a total separation between us and them. You understand? And they constantly try to show that there is a separation. But black people, because of the oppressor and because what they're trying to teach us in schools about us coming from Africa, we feel like we have a tie to Africa.
That's right.
You understand? So now Akon saying this is almost like, well, it's just Akon saying it. No, entire Africa saying that.
Exactly.
It's not just Akon.
That's right.
Burna Boy came up against the Benjamites. No, Akon coming up against the Judites. No, this is something that this is a plot that is taking place right here to decide whose side you're gonna be on.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you cannot tell me Burna Boy more lyrical than Vybz Kartel.
Listen, I think I would go one further. I would go one further. I think Vybz Kartel is writing his music and nobody not saying nothing. Honestly. I honestly think if it's not Kartel, listen, if it's not Kartel, it's somebody else who have that style. And listen, I'm gonna give you another confession too. That Thames, the one who I forget the song she had.
I know what you're talking about, sir.
You know, something
female, yeah.
This is the piece that you cannot buy. Something. That's Coffee's flow. You know that Coffee that something like a rap. That listen to that song. I wouldn't doubt somebody's writing for these Hamites to get on board.
And if I could, sir,
the money is so good, nobody ain't saying nothing now.
Right.
They're gonna talk in about 50 years. You know what I mean? So like in the process, I go ahead.
No, so like Cap, I was gonna bring that out. They that Tams, they jamming that on every radio station, jamming it down your throat. When really it's mid as hell. Like it has no pizzazz to it. Ain't no salt. Like like Judites, we know R&B, right? That's what we do. Judah do some R&B. That is trash. And you can listen to a radio station about 5 times an hour. They playing that song. All them Hamite songs, they trying to force it on Judah like it's something live, but it ain't. It's really trash. And Judah could smell it out. But again, we so easily put in a trance sometimes. We'll start liking all that African type music and they'll blow up. And like the scriptures say, they come up high and we'll come down low.
Yep. Because now you're Jamaican artists who really supposed to be making money. They ain't gonna be making money because Burna Boy and Davido and them making all the money. Right. Them is the ones who will be getting all the bookings.
I'm not,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Salaki, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. You go be the one in Jamaica, and now it's $1 US to what 150 Jamaican dollars. You know how hard you gonna have to work just to eat? You understand? And they coming now and telling you that after they learn their trade from listening and watching you, and you could see it over the years. If reggae came from Africa, name me one good reggae African singer in the last 50 years.
Right.
You can't tell me that. You just see a video that's maybe 5 years back with this dude who nobody knows. You understand what I'm saying? And now you're going to come in 2022 because the whole earth on this new Afrobeat. Why the whole earth on this new Afrobeat? Because of the oppressor. The oppressor is the one trying to push that music. Yeah, he's the one that's trying to push it. Because you can't tell me, it's like how many of you know about steel pan? Anybody know about steel pan?
Concert.
Where steel pan come from?
Trinidad.
Yes. But the earth will know that. 50 years from now, they would think steel pan is from right here in America.
Oh, no, Salakia. Hold on. Listen now. No, even say 50 years. About 3 or 4 years ago, I pulled the article, or somebody could look it up. Japan copyrighted a steel pan manufacturing process. They copyrighted a whole process of how to make steel pans to where they could be competitive exporters of produced steel pan. Now, every brother who grew up in Trinidad in the 80s, 90s would know them pan men could tune an oil drum by air. They just get a hammer and the chisel and tune down the pan by air. So when you're hearing that steel pan that's in the big big pimpin', big pimpin', that steel pan, a man is tuning that with a hammer and a chisel. Them Japanese done copyrighted the manufacturing process for it. It ain't got to wait till 50 years. They done took it.
I got the article too, sir.
Please,
Salakia. Intellectual property issues strike at the heart of the steel pan. The intellectual property IP issues that have plagued the steel pan, a musical instrument created from discarded metal oil barrels by impoverished musicians, strike at the heart of intellectual property issues affecting the developing world. As the music first developed in Trinidad and Tobago has become symbolic of Caribbean innovation in music, the region has also shared the instrument's quest for recognition. The complexities of globalization, competitive trade, and intellectual property regimes have made it difficult to establish ownership and innovation in the creative sectors.
And Salakia, that brother's supposed to be a billionaire. He's supposed to be die a rich man. You understand? But he didn't die. He died poor, just like me and you. You understand? Because somebody copyrighted and stole it from him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, continue.
If I could say something too, one thing, one of the top exports of America, maybe if not the top, is the music. That's one of the top exports of America is the music. That music we've been making in this damn place, and it's going all over. They listen to it in Korea. They listen to it now, and they've been in Africa. They all over the world playing our music. So they got a lot of skin in the game with our music. All these other nations, and see they're making all type of moves on our music.
Yep, they're getting very wealthy off of it. You know what I mean? So it's something, once again, like race matters, man. Like that shirt is such a heavy shirt. Race is everything. Race is absolutely everything. Like these people don't give a damn if they didn't make it. As far as they're concerned, they could steal it. Why? What's the reason they could steal it?
So like you said.
Go ahead.
Because of us?
It's exactly what Akon said. As far as they're concerned, they could steal it because we lazy and we don't have we don't have any energy in our performances. That's how they look at it. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Race absolutely matters. You know what I mean? It absolutely. No, listen, before we move on, I just wanted to play this video here for everybody. I know we have some secret Akon fans on the internet. I know we got some secret Akon fans. Now, this is a video. I can't remember exactly the year. It could have been late 90s, early 2000s. Whenever Akon came out, whenever he was hot with that convict music, right? This is a video from inside a club in Trinidad called, I believe, Zen.
I remember.
I believe it was Zen nightclub.
Yep.
And this young girl, I think she's 12 years old, she came up on the stage. And Akon got a ton of heat because he did a ton of sexual acts with this girl on the stage. And they tried to make this video disappear from the internet. But you know, of course, in here, Commander GEN.YAHANNA raised detectives. We sniffs it out.
That's right.
Right. This is him on stage with the girl. This is convict music.
Lucky her father ain't come back and clap him.
Well, that's
it's so sad. One of us should have got up there and rocked him.
Well, okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what ended up happening. That's how the story gained popularity. How at first her hair was over her face, but then when he flipped her around, the cameras caught her face, and of course she was the son of some prominent dude. She was hoeing young, but this is him on stage, and everybody was kind of taken aback because he's supposed to be this smooth R&B singer, classy that all the ladies like, and he up there just dogging out the girl. You understand?
Sure.
You see, he half naked, her legs all up over his head. You see, like, he flinging her around, and I think she cried at the end of the thing because she didn't expect all of that. She thought she was gonna go up there and he would sing and slow dance with her, and he was tossing her around and stabbing. And it come to find out, this girl was like 12 or 13 years old. in the club. She got look at it. That's your Hamite. That's your foot. That's your original man. That's your and it's for anybody who's thinking, well, we can't see his face. That ain't Akon. Go look the article up yourself. That's him. Go look it up yourself. That's definitely him.
And we got to thank the Most High, Sir Salakia, for the I.S.U.P.K. because we wouldn't know the differentiation of us and Africans because nobody knows it except the Israelite School of Knowledge that we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
So Thawada, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shak for Commanding General Yohanna, because we wouldn't know it. I was pro-black, sir, and I got called a kata from a Nigerian, and it took me away because I was so pan-Africa. Let's go back to Africa, and I'm chilling with the Nigerian as if he's my brother, and he got mad over something simple and called me a kata, and I'm just shocked and took back. But because we think they're our brother or our people, you know what I'm saying, that we don't even want to put them on a judgment seat or make them be held accountable for their wickedness or their actions. So if it wasn't for the I.S.U.P.K, everybody, because even in the article, and I'm not getting that being late, and I'm glad that he said what he said, but even in the article, he talked about, you know, you're supposed to be my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're of the diaspora. You know, we come from the same place. You shouldn't treat us like that. You know, instead of us being, nah, we Israel. And you Ham, we don't have nothing to do with you. And it comes to a point to where we are the only ones. I see it on social media every day. If an Edomite can sing a song or dance, if a Hamite can dance, if somebody can cook something, we invite them to the barbecue. We invite them to the cookout. And I always make sure I say, ain't none of them, no, you still not welcome. Nobody's welcome to the cookout. Only the I.S.U.P.K is welcome to the cookout, the Israelite, or the 12 tribes of Israel. Salakia said.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. So what we getting in next? We definitely had to get the Amber Rose. We had to get a couple of them stories in there. And there's another story too. I think it coming out of Atlanta with this young 16-year-old girl that got killed while she was doing her live on the internet. Nigga come in the room and smoked her. You know what I mean? Where you all want to go next?
Amber Rose, I want to hear about that.
We could definitely rock the Amber Rose. Now, I thought you were seeing one of them stories you wanted to hit on too. I forgot which one you had said first. I think you're muted.
Yeah, Salaki. I said that one was in the earliest now to try and keep the what you got again, the Akon. Sorry, because I know we'd have run with this, but I was with the Caucasian male who broke in the school to save like 20 people in the blizzard.
Let's get it.
You know what I mean?
Which one is it?
I think it was let's see what number it is. Just to show you how, you know what I mean, Esau really don't care. Like, he had the resources.
That's number three, sir.
Big up Commander GEN.YAHANNA too on the inside. You know what I mean? He said proof Hamites will do whatever they need to become famous, then act like their morals are so right. Most I ain't crying. You know what I mean? Like that's the truth. He don't want to act with the whole moral high road. Meanwhile, he was dry humping a little girl on a club in Trinidad, and you know, where was his morals then?
Right.
Where was his morals then? That could be somebody good. That could be somebody's daughter, somebody's wife you have on stage. You take your damn shirt off and you start to drag her around the stage like you in your bedroom. Like she's, you know, she just to be tossed around. You know what I mean?
And to, you know what I mean, just, you know what I mean, thinking about it too is almost like these so-called African entertainers, you wouldn't know nothing about them if it wasn't for Israel. If it wasn't for Israel doing the collaboration with them, man, you will not know nothing about them. Cartel did something with Afrobeat. Popcorn did something with Burna Boy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean, the Judites across the rappers did songs with Akon. You will not know nothing about that. about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Our artists now would see that that's the new cash cow and wouldn't fight against it, but would just join into the thing.
That's it.
You know what I mean? General say flog molestation in public. That's it. Like where's his cut card there? You know what I mean? If he's so morally right. I ain't see him get no African girl in none of his videos and do that. Same thing with that the one from DC. What's his name with the dreads?
Wale.
Wale, you know, that Lotus Flower Bomb. Ain't no Hamites up in that damn song.
Right.
All them songs he's singing about with women is black women he talking about. Go get Mobutu for your goddamn video, man. What's wrong?
Go get it. The one with the ring around she neck, the plate in she lip.
Yeah,
Make
man.
her look sexy, right? Sure.
And as they divide up Africa right now, you can see what's going on the planet. You know, China is taking over Africa, and the Edomites, the Europeans, they dividing up Africa. So it's like what the Hamites are doing is finding a way to get money, and they're not going to their own or combating against the Chinese or the European over Africa and staying in Africa. They're going to do like everybody has done on the planet. Go to the children of Israel and abuse them. Murder them, take them, so that way we can make some money. They're not battling the Chinese. They're not over there. He's not talking about the Asians taking over all of Africa.
Right.
Because we see that every day. He's not talking about the East Indians taking over. He's not talking about the British and the French. He's in Senegal. He ain't talking about the French. He's talking about us, because that is the key. And that's biblical, to always go to the children of Israel. Let's murder them. Let's rape them. Let's rob them. And that's what's going to set us on high. Because these are people that don't know, but they the flavor, they the salt of the earth. So if we suck all of their blood out of them, we'll guarantee to have some dollars. So
if I could, Azan, bro, that's so heavy, and that's why I say they kick us while we're down. And this is the season for it. This is the season for kicking us while we're down. If somebody could pull Psalms 83 real quick, and then we jump ahead to the next one. Right? Psalms 83, brother. That's the 83rd Psalm right there. That is what you just said is Psalms 83, where everybody comes to the table to eat us.
I have it, sir. Did you want me to read it?
I got it, sir.
Please.
I started verse 3, sir.
We can start at 1.
Come. Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh.
Right? That should be our prayer.
That's right.
Our prayer shouldn't be to get, blessings for the new year. Our prayer shouldn't be, help me leave things in the old year. Our prayer should be for the Lord to make some noise on our behalf.
Right.
That's what our prayer should be. Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
And that's Akon. Akon is a member of the enemies of our people, of our power.
Right.
And he has made a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
That's
and Akon has lifted his head up, like he's now proud.
Yeah, above us.
He's now proud. He looks down on us now. You understand? And that's why he say, what he said, the pants low and we always high. You remember that interview he did? I think it was like a Vlad type of platform where the brother next to him was nodding off. It's a kind of heavy. I don't want to play the thing now just to get flagged, but there's an interview he did where they interviewing Akon on the whole solar thing, how he went to the African government and they denied him, and then he decided to go to the Chinese and buy the panels from the Chinese and then bring them to Africa. And the brother next to him is like this. Oh yeah. I feel like they put him there on purpose, just to show what Akon saying now. Like, and he's supposed to be some young rapper, I guess, who was upcoming. I don't know if he was with Akon or friends with Akon, but two of them there. And Akon is the African rapper who helps his people, and this brother is the Negro rapper who just high and no energy performing and pants low. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against us and saying everything evil against us. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
That's them, man. That's these heathens. They are confederate against us.
That's right.
Them Chinese are not going to pull the contract they have with Akon. And somebody could look it up, how much $1 billion the contract is worth. Because he ain't just providing energy for Senegal. I think they're expanding it. They will not say, you know what, you disrespected. What you did was anti-Negro or anti-Black or
anti-Semitic.
Right? They exactly. They're not going to say he's anti, like how he's anti-Semitic with Kanye and pull his deals. Who's pulling Akon's deals now? Who's fighting on behalf of Black people now? Which record executive is going to pull Locked Up from the streaming services for what Akon just said? None. It's because they are confederate. They are one consent.
That's right. And nobody going to him and saying, well, yeah, I mean, single out who it is you're talking about. Like, say who you're talking about.
Listen,
I
ain't even going there with it. I'm going where they went with Kyrie. You need to apologize. What you did hurt an entire nation of people. You did hurt people. What you said, you have to apologize for what you said. You had to pay $2.5 million to a Black charity, and you had to go and take 600 hours of Black sensitivity training. Where is that? That ain't coming. Anybody found how much the contract worth?
I don't see how much I just see $1 billion for the panels. I don't see how much the contract is worth.
I think that's it.
Okay.
$1 billion in contracts for the panels and supplying it to Senegal. Now you know how much he's gonna be making over time. And he only able to do that off of locked up money. It's crazy.
If I could, sir.
Crazy. Please,
No, I was going to say is you know what's interesting is that before, during the time of like Elvis Presley or the Beach Boys, Black people would get their money taken off and we wouldn't know about it. We'll make a hit, it didn't sell, they promote it via some Edomite, and he'll make millions off of it, become stinking rich. Right now we're falling for the Trojan horse. Meaning, like now, the Trojan horse is like, if you know anything about, the Odyssey, that's how they got into this city, and they stowed away inside this big wooden horse and got in. That's the same thing that they're doing in all these industries with Black people. They'll have Eminem come in with some Black person. Now he didn't use the Trojan horse to get in. Akon is Hamite, the same thing. He didn't got in, via Black people. And before it was all hidden, now it's the Trojan horse. They bringing them all in, and we being duped and don't even realize it.
DJ Khaled, Con.
Right.
Salaki.
I think we lose Cap there for a minute. He gonna be back on.
Okay.
All right.
Did you want Salaki, Captain I.S.U.P.K, did you want the officer to continue reading the precept?
Yeah, he can continue reading it until he should be back on shortly.
Kawakan, sir. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
All right, and they are what? They are confederate against thee. Meaning that all these nations, they wouldn't come. Salaki.
No, go ahead.
No. He was just continuing it. So you can start. You can read.
I think we too wild with that. You could go on because of the time too.
Come.
Yeah, man.
Because if you want, we could just jump straight into Meek Mills.
We could rock with that.
All right, which is going to prove, that what Akon did is set off, something here that, that so-called Judahites and Benjamites will not be able to go to Africa and make money the way they was making in the past.
Right.
You understand?
Meek Mill says he was pickpocketed during his time in Ghana. Meek Mill had noble intentions when he took a trip to Ghana. Unfortunately, he also got robbed during his stay. On Thursday night, December 29th, the Philly native hit up his Instagram story to post videos of his arrival to his headlining set at Afro Nation Ghana. 2 hours later, he informed his fans that his phone was stolen during his time at the music festival. Meek didn't provide any solid details pertaining to the alleged crime, but he seemed upset about it. They pickpocketed me from my phone, shaking my head, Meek wrote. Bring that John back if you got it. After his phone was stolen, video of Meek struggling to walk through a crowd of excited fans began to surface. In one shot, you can see the Dreams and Nightmares rapper apparently defending himself after someone got too rowdy with him while he was on his way to the stage. He seemed to have found another device to continue documenting his time in Ghana. Meek didn't let the isolated incidents ruin his experience. He has spent the past week exploring the West African nation after he recently discovered that his family has roots there thanks to an ancestry DNA test.
You big dummy, like Fred Sanford.
Right. He posted videos of his first day in the country while riding on a four-wheeler ATV and later ended up at a club from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Young Kings, he wrote in his Instagram caption, came to the club at 3 a.m., left, and 7 a.m. on to 12 o'clock. Ghana lit. They've been keeping us from Africa, huh? My come through be way different.
If I could, like, you know, these entertainers are all plugging into Africa now. Of course, because of, you know, the money. Like, Africa seems to be the new investment place. And that's proof that all this IUIC Ghana is about money.
Right. That's right.
That's the proof. That's the proof. Like, because the entertainers doing the same thing you do. You understand? Like, you don't have the truth. You don't have the spirit of the Lord. What you're saying is absolutely false. And if you're over there teaching that, you know, they're the 12 tribes of Israel there, who are you separating them from? Right. Because surely there's Ham, there's the nation of Ham somewhere. So what are you really teaching? How come there's no civil war in the middle of your camp? How come there's no Hamites looking to beat your ass like how them Nigerians was beating the was the one who does beat in the Nigeria? Not the Igbo, the Biafrans. Like how there's a whole damn near civil separation between native Nigerians and the Biafran tribe, and they're saying they're so different and they're beating their ass. How come when you go there to teach, there's no separation? Because you only there for money.
That's right.
That's why you went and get General butt naked for money. Went and get a man who was raping little children.
Eating children too.
Eating children. You went there for money, just like Meek Mills went there for money.
Right.
And got robbed. Got manhandled. Because you are not, you know, the homie.
Right.
Simple as could be, man. You going around these damn Hamites. And listen, this is the thing. You all remember that video where Meek Mill was somewhere, I can't remember where it was, if it was Atlanta or somewhere, and the young boys came up to him asking for money. And he said, you know, get away from my car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, you know, why something he said.
Sir.
Something foul he said to them young brothers, man.
Sir. Salakia, sir. There was another video too before that where he went to a homeless brother. I don't know. It was like Baltimore or DC. He went to a homeless brother and was like, if you do 20 push-ups, I'll give you $100.
Right.
But to humiliate a brother. You know what I'm saying? And the brother dropped down and did the push-ups and everything. And he's like, and playing with him and, you know, teasing him with the money. That's humiliating. And then when he goes to Africa, he gets humiliated. They rob him. They punch him in his face and push him. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, all for money.
I just gave money, man.
Not only that, when he goes to Africa, he's not on guard.
$400,000
like
Rolls
he is
Royce,
here. Like,
surrounded by young boys trying to sell him water. The rapper handed one of them $20, and right before he rolled away, someone in the car could be heard telling all 7 of the kids to split the money.
Give me one time, Meek. Yo, I just gave y'all money, man.
Man, y'all gotta split that money, man. It's 20.
That's a dub. Yeah, man.
Of course, the video.
Right? No, of course, these he's sitting in a, you know, $200,000 $250,000 car. These young boys, you know, they ain't, you know, you understand what I'm saying? They ain't got it. But the window rolled halfway up. Anybody know why?
He on guard.
He on guard.
Yeah.
Well, why you wasn't guarding your goddamn cell phone, nigga?
Yeah.
If you're on guard so much, why you wasn't guarding your cell phone? Why on the way to stage? You say they rough you up on the way to stage?
If you check number 15, they have a video of him, you know what I mean, getting dealt with.
Number 15?
Yeah, number 15.
Hold on.
Yeah, number 15. You'll see exactly what's going on.
This one ain't playing. And did it play for you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
If you want, I can share it on my side here on this
Yeah, if you have it up, because it ain't. For some reason the link taking forever to load.
Let me see. How do you share?
Well, what's the name of the video? What's the title of it?
The title of it is Meek Mill assaulted and robbed in Ghana.
Yeah.
If you have it, just put it up on your screen so I could play.
Okay.
And it's good to show, Salakia, sir, because just what we just said about Akon, okay? Because the Africans is so much better than the Black Americans.
Right.
So much better than the Black Caribbean people. They so moral and, you know, they work hard. And it just does something to me when I hear them Hamites say, oh, we care about education. Black Americans don't care about education. Meanwhile, they go into HBCUs, which was started by Black Americans.
Right.
You idiot. So when you look at the video, you'll see how barbaric, how disgusting and deplorable these Hamites are. They're trash, man.
I have a tell you about them there whenever you want to play it.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. Go ahead, play. Could you put some volume on it?
Yeah. There's some.
It says Meek Mill fight for his life. Let it play back again.
Salaki, you might have to go back to the beginning. You'll see where he got into a little scrap in the beginning of the video. Salaki.
So this is in Africa?
That's in the motherland, Kabash.
Yeah. That's in Ghana.
Look at him. He had to climb on the tent, Ak. He had to climb up on the goddamn tent.
If I could, I'll let the video keep going, but I want to get in on this.
Look good night. Go ahead, Kapash.
I was gonna say, brothers think and sisters, we think we're gonna go back to Africa like we kings or like we Moses returning home. we think we're gonna go back and they're gonna open up the leaves and the trees and the monkeys gonna bow down and we're gonna get all the praise and they're gonna be like, you know, welcome home my African seedling or whatever. But that ain't this what's gonna happen. You're gonna go there thinking you know, gonna get treated so special. They're gonna beat you up, take some money, rob your chain, chase you down, run. He really fighting for his life. He really like crazy. Look at that. They about to eat him.
This is a hot.
I got one quick scripture. Quick scripture.
And also Salakia, and also too, you see what they're wearing, right? They ain't dressed like Africans, like traditional Africans. You understand? They're trying to be us. You understand?
Yeah.
And what's his name? Akon. He's seen that, and he thinks he's losing his people. You understand? So he has to come out and make a statement like that. You understand? To stand with his people. But they're trying to be us. You know what I mean? Hey, tell me a Saudi Arabia sheik that will pay for some Hamite to come sing. You understand? To come entertain. You know what I mean? Maybe now they're doing it, but back then it was strictly Judah. You understand? That would go across there and entertain them. They'll pay for them to come across there. Lil Wayne is famous for going across there and making money. You know what I mean?
So like he said, like it comes down to when Commanding General Yahanna had brought out the films when Commanding General Yahanna spoke on Black Panther, the movie Black Panther, and then he went back and Commanding General Yahanna talked about the movie Coming to America. Like what Captain Kapash is saying, for us to fantasize about Africa, but also to instill that Africans are superior and more regal and intelligent. You know, so when they come to America, when you look at the Americans, you know, we in New York City throwing trash on the street, we just clowns cooning in the barber, or in Black Panther, the Black American, you know, he murder his own woman and try to get to the white man, and he want to just kill everything. It just goes back to what Commander General Yahanna was saying, you know, what Captain Kapas just brought out about the Africans being looked at as if they better, and we fantasize about it.
And okay, it's not just that. If I'm gonna say this last point, I know we harping on this a lot, but a lot of this has to do with the media. A lot of this has to do with the media. Outside of America, until recently, because America is not really a traveling type of country. People travel within the country a whole lot, right? Because that's how America is set up. Everybody has everything here. America is one of the places where we look at the population. Passports is not a necessity. You get that when you're older. When in other countries, from 6 months after the child is born, they get a passport at 6 months. Outside of America, the portrayal of Black Americans is as character assassination since what, Shaft? Since TV was ever on, it's the character assassination. So it's not just they come over here and they see trash thrown on the streets. There's trash everywhere. Them Africans be swimming in lakes of bottles. Forget about them East Indians with trash and dead rats and feces everywhere. It's not about the trash on the street. It's not about the clothes or nothing like that. It's about what the oppressor, the so-called white man, tells the rest of the world about Black people. And he uses his media to do it, which is why you come into America. Eddie Murphy, he was the African prince. But the brother was a vain womanizer, didn't care. You get the point? He always juxtaposed a very negative image of Black, especially Black men in America. And after, then the Black woman. Because even when they come into America, they play the whole light-skin, dark-skin thing. Where the sister who Eddie Murphy wanted, she was the light-skinned one who was feminine and pleasant and soft-spoken and just so, dreamy, Bambi-eyed and didn't know who to decide. But her sister, who was darker, they put her as the gold digger. She's more aggressive. He's not the prince. He is the prince. Remember that?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because Arsenio Hall tricked her into thinking he was the prince because she was looking after money. That's not coincidence. That's by design. So when you see the external opinions of Black people in America, you had to look at two things. You had to look at how evil these heathens are and what the oppressor is telling everybody about yourself.
That's right.
You understand? He does the same thing with the Benjamites. That's why everybody mocks a Caribbean accent as Jamaican only.
Mm-hmm.
Cool Runnings. What's the other one with Steven Seagal where Screwface give me death 10 times worse than yours?
All right.
You know what I'm talking about? Where Screw, it was the twins.
Yeah, it was
I forget the name of it. One of them Steven Seagal movies.
None that I had. I forget the name. Yeah.
Whatever the name of it is, but it's a propaganda. He did it. He does it with the Native Indians, where God is just dead and there's nothing else, and there's no brain towards it. That's what he will always push out. So now when these heathens come here, they already have in their mind something about what you are, and it comes from TV.
Yeah, I have a personal story, but I know Kapash want to get in a scripture,
Please,
so I'm a hold off. Kapash, you go ahead, brother.
Oh, I appreciate that, Adawan. So, Lucky, real quick, Isaiah 30:3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Right.
We still go down into Egypt, and we trust in Egypt, which is Africa. We still When you read the scriptures, the Lord say we love Egypt so much. He's talking about Africa. We love Africa, and we still do today. And just like in Adam, in the garden, when Adam tried to put on that other garment and hide amongst the other nations, that's what we want to do. Instead of dealing with our people and with our situation and the Most High, we want to say, well, look, let me just go hide among the Africans, and I can just blend in. I'll be like an African,
right?
And then I won't have the problems of the drugs in the community. I don't have the problems of our crime and anything was going on with our people. I don't have that no more because now I'm Africa. I'm all about Africa. I'm this. I'm a whole nother thing now. When you ain't never going to be nothing else. All you're going to be is the children of Israel. Because look at it. We always try to escape. We always try to run and put on some other culture.
All right. And the personal story, I want to give is I don't know if I ever tell you this, Meshach, but before I came to America, bless her soul, my grandmother, who was 99, told me stay away from these black brothers.
Yeah,
stay away from them. You go to school, you learn, but stay away from them. And then I came and met Commander GEN.YAHANNA and all the generals, which changed my whole perspective on it. You understand?
Listen,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish off, huh?
No, I was just saying, which goes to show, as you were saying, like when the portrayal of black men in America is because of your oppressor who is evil. You understand? And then these other heathen nations doing the same thing, just following after the oppressor. Because the Bible called Ham a servant of servant.
Yeah.
You understand? But he trying to fight being that servant. He trying to fight being, that one to serve. He trying to fight it. That's what what's his name? Akon trying to do. But they're gonna have to hold the end. They're gonna have to serve.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But no, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna echo the thing. Like we all told that. I was told the same thing. I was told the same thing when I was found out I was moving to America. I was told the thing in the airport by a stranger. Coming across here, I was told, get out of that nigger school and go to a white school. A family member brought a white girl for me to Marriott. That's how serious it was. It was stay clear of these niggas. So you like it's something, it's a witchcraft that is told to the rest of the world about Black America. And you're not realizing it's being told.
That's right.
Like, okay, you think
that's
Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood or Coming to America or even the Black Panther movie was a representation of Black greatness. It was a character assassination of you.
That's right.
You have no idea how much hate the average brother in the street gets because T'Challa was a well-to-do, well-spoken, African, and Killmonger was a nigger from Compton listening rap music.
That's right.
You have no idea how much just innate hatred is being cultivated towards you to some little boy in Tokyo. Remember, Marvel is worldwide, or DC Comics, whichever one Black Panther is. That's worldwide,
That's right.
Some little boy in the West Province of Beijing or Hong Kong. He's looking at that thing, that Killmonger, that's an evil ass motherfucker.
That's right.
He coming to take what he didn't work for. Look how he treat the grandmother. Look at it. You have to reject them. You have to hate them. And now they get a visa and come to America. And guess why? They talk to you a certain way. You don't understand the brainwashing that's going on in the whole world. So for Akon to say that now, that's why I say I want to see the backlash. Because for Akon to say that, they are of one consent.
That's right.
He's just saying what the rest of them are already thinking.
So like it, sir.
Please,
I was going to say what you and Captain I.S.U.P.K bringing out is so heavy. Of course, being born and raised in America, that's not something that's known, or at least it wasn't known to me. That's how people from the islands, Caribbean, or whatever perceived us. But I'll tell you how deep that brainwashing is, because it impacted us internally. I can remember a whole movement when I was in elementary school, right? There was this whole thing where I'm black, but I'm beautiful, which is so heavy because that's what the scriptures say. But it was a whole movement, especially among little girls, because there was the whole doll thing. You couldn't get a black doll. You didn't see any black kids on cartoons. And so it was like, I'm black and I'm proud. It was a whole movement because the whole, like, it was all of society crushing down on black people. And you had to be told that even though you're black, you're still beautiful.
Yep. It's rough because you could say that, but when you look at what is coming out of Hollywood, and Hollywood is very powerful, the TV stations, the networks. Just imagine. Okay, what's your? I mean, we going on with this, but we're gonna move on shortly. What's your, Kapash? Tell me your perception of a Russian.
Drink vodka. They're always in the cold. They make jokes about dying all the time because they dying.
And where does that come from?
Movies.
You ain't live next to no Russian. Mm-hmm. You don't know if they hate Putin or love him. Now think about, New Jack City. Think about Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society.
Juice was a real bad
brother. These movies where they show the most negative part of our people. In one sense, it's a reality that we live. But somebody in Tokyo not living that reality. And that's all he sees. You understand?
Yeah.
That's all he sees. Them Hamites, that's all they see. And I'm not saying it to give them an excuse. That's not what I'm saying it. I'm saying it so you understand before you start supporting them and supporting images of yourself that you think is just keeping it real and telling it real like what it is happen. Just put your mindset in that. It's a character assassination. So when they hem you up in the airport and bust your woman lip, nobody feels sorry for you because, Doughboy was robbing people. And what's the other one? What's the other one from Medicine Society who Lawrence Tate played?
Old Dog.
Old Dog was watching the video when he shot the brother. Shot the heathen.
Vietnamese.
You understand? That's in their head. So now we could just mistreat black people. We could come and say anything about black people and do anything because they look on TV and they see whatever. So now we had to now demand a certain change, which is why it's so heavy, in the spirit what Kanye West is doing and saying about these small hats and what they allow to come out in the industry. Because they would never say that about themselves. Even Kazak the Kamaya had a good battle with this Jewish man in DC. And he admitted the Jews was black. And he was asked, if a record label put out music about Jewish boys killing each other and selling each other's drugs and calling each other kike or whatever, would that be considered good cultural music? And the Jewish man said, hell no, that wouldn't be good. That would be bad. And he said, well, that's black people music. And he was silenced. When it's for them, they understand that this is not healthy for the growth of their people. But when it's for us, man, live it up, man. Live it up. In fact, I'll join you and sing the same bullshit. And now Akon, 25 years later or 20 years later, turn around and vomit on the very people who he stood on our shoulders and our necks to make money.
I say.
And you say we crazy when we say separate. You say something wrong with us when we say the white man is the devil. Something wrong with you.
That's right.
Something wrong with you, man. You don't realize the game that's being played on you.
That's right.
You think when you leave the slave and you go home and you sleep, the game stopped. The game ain't stopped. You stop.
That's right.
They're destroying you every which way. The radio, the TV, your church, your schools, every which way you could look. And then when you walk by us on the street, you say, go get a job, shut him out. We don't want to hear that. Well, listen to Akon then.
That's right.
Hear him. Salakia.
You're right.
God, if I could. But people also doubles down on our people's understanding to put all this together. because every Sunday they're hearing God loves everybody. We're all one, all human. We're all humanity. We're all one race. We shouldn't look at other races in any other type of way. We're taught that every weekend.
Right.
But the Lord wants you to see this. The Lord wants you to see that the truth, that we're the children of Israel, and that these are Hamites, these are Amalekites, these is Esau. The Lord wants you to see these heathens for what they are.
Right.
Instead of, but we're getting taught every day they're our brother. That's our brother. Akon's our brother. But it's funny because then we hate our real brother every day.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, how do you say you love God but hate your brother who you see every day? It don't make no sense. And that's where we at, our people. We hate our brother, but then we'll see Akon say that's who our real brother is. We need to love him. That's what's got to stop.
Absolutely wild. But let's move on, Akon. Let's get a few more stories up in here before we roll out.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Let's get a few more stories. Once again, y'all know Passover time. Y'all pick one. Now I can look up whichever one you want to do next. Passover time. Passover coming up April 1st. $200 for every person 17 years and over, man. 17 years and over. If they're old enough to wear Jordans, they could pay for that damn Passover Passover meal. $200, man. Don't come and talk about 17 too young. Well, put them in Moses sandals then. If 17 too young, don't buy no Nikes if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, you have 3 months. Get that money up. Send it in today. If you got it, put it in, man. Command GEN.YAHANNA planning an event, brother. An event act. It's going to be ridiculous. I guarantee you don't want to miss it. You all saw how Florida got set off. You all saw how Florida got, it was set off in Florida, brother. The Angels was down there. There's going to be something else in Raleigh. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
We're getting in April 1st. What we coming up with next? Which one looks good?
Let's have that one. I don't know if you want to run it through with a sister who got it's a hit and run trying to deliver gifts.
Okay.
On Christmas, number 5.
Yeah, we can rock with that.
Come on.
Touch on that Blizzard too if y'all want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on. Who was Trina Newman Townsend? Family mourns as Los Angeles pastor is killed while delivering Christmas gifts to children.
Yikes.
Trina Newman Townsend, a Los Angeles pastor and activist, was killed while getting things out of the back of her car after delivering presents to kids in the community. Townsend, 62, was also a foster mother to 6 children. On Saturday, December 24th, Townsend was killed in a hit and run after delivering presents to underprivileged children on Christmas Eve. Authorities said Townsend was struck by the driver of a blue mid-size sedan while she was getting things out of the back of the car. Authorities have offered a $50,000 reward for any information on a hit-and-run driver who fled the scene after striking the pastor who died at the scene.
You understand? Like black people, we gotta wake up, man. We gotta understand that. Oh, this Christmas we can't. You know what I mean? We can't be celebrating these days. Same thing gonna happen on this so-called New Year's. You're gonna just think you're gonna be having a nice old time, and the Lord just waiting on you. You understand? He waiting on you. We gonna have to stop. You know what I mean? We gonna have to stop. You know what I mean? Offending the Lord. We gonna have to stop it, or else He's gonna continue to, you know what I mean, put us to death until we wake up. You know what I mean?
So I'm getting a little technical difficulties here. You're able to see the picture or they didn't come up yet?
Yeah, we're seeing it now.
Okay, I can't see the screen. It's freezing up on me. Go ahead.
That's what I had to say on this, you know what I mean, on this, you know what I mean, this sad news for the sister.
She's a pastor?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
What was she doing? I missed it.
She was giving gifts, Christmas gift to underprivileged children.
And when she went to the trunk of her car, a vehicle struck her and killed her and drove off. It was a hit and run.
Hey, some final destination, should have.
Yeah.
That's, you know, no, listen. We ain't got no business celebrating that damn Christmas.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And she could have bought them gifts, you know, November 1st.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She didn't have to die like that. You know what I mean? She definitely didn't have to die like that at all. That's absolutely crazy. That's crazy. How so? The car crashed into the back of her or something?
No, they said it just a hit and run. That's
what I'm saying. If she had the trunk pulling gifts out, how the car hitting her? I mean, I don't know. I ain't trying to figure this shit out. I know I knows where it's to be when these, you know, on these evil ass holidays.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. It's an absolute rough one, boy. If the COVID ain't gonna get you, the stray car gonna get you. First it was a stray bullet would get you. Now a stray car could get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she's a foster mother of 6.
She's a foster mother of 6. So she trying to, you know, give kids some love and affection, but don't know. Don't know how, you know, don't know the real way about it. And you know, as the scriptures say, our people perish. People are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and she is definitely that. And being a female pastor, you know, that's a full-out abomination. You know what I mean? It's time to wake up from the sleep, man. You gotta stop enjoying America. Black people, stop enjoying this place, man. You enjoying this place way too much. You enjoying this hellhole too much. This is not a place to enjoy. It's absolutely crazy, man.
Boy.
What we got next?
Yeah. And if you want to touch on this one too, this story, this might be a good one too. Number it's about the number 4, the 13-year-old who got shot by this Caucasian male, and they let him out.
Come on. What happened to Sensei Reed? 13-year-old black boy shot and killed by white man is now free. In the opinions of black people across America, the reason Trayvon Martin's family never saw justice is the same reason it took months to even put Ahmaud Arbery's killers on the pathway to legal accountability. It's just far too easy to kill a black person and escape justice by claiming self-defense. On October 12, 13-year-old Sensei Reed was allegedly shot and killed by 36-year-old Craig A. Butler Sr. in Columbus, Ohio. According to the Columbia Dispatch, the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office initially charged Butler with murder, but a week later, October 19th, prosecutors filed to dismiss the case in municipal court. More than 2 months later, Sensei's family only knows one detail regarding why Butler is walking free today. That there has been a claim of self-defense, Columbus Police Homicide Detective Keith O'Connor said back in October. O'Connor said the claim was made by Butler and his mother, but declined to comment further. It has been almost 3 months, and I haven't spoken to anybody about this investigation. Sensei's mother, Megan Reed, told the North Carolina Beat in a recent interview, I haven't even spoken to the detective. They are all on his side. Craig is a white man, and the detective is a white man too. Here's what Megan said happened according to the Beat. After Sensei and his mother, Megan, finished talking, he left the kitchen and returned to his room. Megan said the next thing she knew, someone came banging on her door. She said the neighbor told her that Sensei had been shot. Megan said she didn't know that her son had even gone outside because they were just in the kitchen having a conversation before he went back to his room. I didn't even know he had went outside, Megan said, until the knock at my door telling me he had been shot. When Megan got to where her son was lying with gunshot wounds, she said witnesses started telling her that 36-year-old Craig A. Butler Sr. was responsible. Soon as I got over there, everybody was like, Craig did this, Megan said. According to Megan, witnesses told her that Craig allegedly shot Sensei and then came back around and reshot him multiple times.
So like this white man, right, is like he's like a known menace in this society where they call him by his last name, like, you know, so and so did this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Khan. And he doubled back.
And this story.
And he out free, right?
Yeah, that's different, bro.
And this not making CNN. It's not making problems.
So, like, if I may too, sir.
Go ahead.
And this is like I'm on TikTok a lot. Excuse me. I join a lot of these live rooms and these so-called panels that, you know, they have on this TikTok, and it's definitely not on CNN. But I find it interesting how this social media has become something completely, you know, when used the right way, it's like it's you see a lot of things being brought out on social media that you don't see in mainstream media. And there's been so many different panels discussing this. And I sat in one, and they let me speak in one of them, and I'm just listening. And, you know, it's an older brother. He's talking about, see, we gotta do this, and we gotta do that, and do this and do that. And, you know, I'm listening, and I'm like, and I asked, and I say, well, who all just celebrated Christmas? And then, you know, most of them was like, yeah, we did. I was like, well, you're not ready to do anything that you just mentioned. You couldn't even, you know, protest and the holidays of these oppressors, the same holidays that you make them rich to fund these systems that allow the miscarriage of justice that happens. Like, and you know, it got quiet in the room, and shortly after, like probably say 30 seconds later, I got kicked out of the room. So it's like we having these discussions, but it's like, well, nobody wants to hear the solutions to these things. And the solution is, first, you have to admit the white man is the devil, and then you have to find the ISUPK near you. That's the solution.
Yep.
That's
yep. You're absolutely right, though. Take something extra that they're not ready to hear about. So, like, I think my screen freeze again.
And if I could say something real quick, this why we need men back in righteous men back in the house, back in the neighborhood, back in the community, because we the sentries, we the defense. The house can't be spoiled. The goods, our children can't be murdered like this if our men is there.
That's right.
This is one thing, and then they don't want to talk about this part. They want to talk about how women need to be independent and are this and this and that. And the black man is this, that, but they don't bring out a black man is the man. See, our boys, that's his nightmare on the right. But guess who's that white guy's nightmare is us black men. We're his nightmare.
That's
you
right.
understand? We the one that scare him while he trying to terrorize the children of the community. Guess what? We gonna terrorize him by being strong black men and protecting our families. And that's the part they don't want to talk about whenever they bring out black men and talk about black men and like Captain Mashak was bringing out all over the world, black men are dangerous, black men are violent, black men are this, black men are crazy, black men don't think. But guess what? Black men will protect this community.
Right.
You understand? That's the part. Bring that up.
That's right.
How you gonna have it without us? How you gonna have our community without us?
That's right. And as you're saying now, on the flip side, right? Now, if these stories were being brought out and showing that these so-called oppressors, they're violent, they're the criminals, how would the earth view them? You think the earth will view them today as how they view them right now? No. You know what I mean? As the Bible said, they're the prince of the air. You understand? So they're pushing out, they how to put it, they are putting this perspective on the narrative pertaining to black men. So now when a so-called oppressor like this kills a brother, it's looked at as self-defense because of all the negativity that's already put on black men. You understand? So now this is not a child that you just killed. This is a black man that you just killed. You understand? And now he able to walk free, even though I believe they said the gun he had was illegal. You understand?
So hold on. So he had an illegal gun, killed this boy, and he free. But Tory Lane's getting 22 years.
Man,
he ain't killed nobody.
Telling you.
Yeah, this is not the place to enjoy, man.
Yeah.
In a few minutes, you're gonna be celebrating. You know, if you're on the East Coast, it's in a few minutes. If you're on the West Coast, in about the next 3 hours, you're gonna be celebrating something new, a whole new year, a new me, and leaving all the haters in 2022 because we're gonna be free in 2023. You know, Israel, we like to rhyme some shit. We like to make some shit song fly. We're gonna be free in 23. You know what I mean? It's all about me. And it's going to be the same destruction and hell and suffering and poverty and selfishness and being a sucker to this damn oppressor and to all these heathens that it was yesterday.
Right.
It's going to be the same thing happening again.
That's right.
Right. And if I could say one thing, 2 Corinthians 11 and 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Right.
We think that Satan, we think the devil is the good guy when he's murdering a child.
Right.
That's how far the brainwashing is. That's how far gone the brainwashing is. Man, I was watching the movie The Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange. So he's this white guy who's a magician superhero. But throughout the movie, he's continually doing things that's making everything worse. But somehow they still painted the whole movie that he was a hero. But I had to point it out to when I was watching it. Like, he's the problem of this movie. This action that he did here led to this, led to that, led to this, led to that, which is the worst parts of the movie. He's the worst criminal, even though he's the hero now. That's how it is out here in America. If what that oppressor did and what led to this and what led to that is the greatest evils, somehow they spin it where he's the hero. You know where it come from? That church.
Listen, and they're in control of the media.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're in control of the media, so they could spin it out. They could do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once again, in the same movie, they would glorify themselves and villainize or effeminize us.
Yes, sir.
The exact same movie, or the sidekick theme, License to Kill with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Danny Glover, you know, he had to rely heavily on the gun. He can't shoot right. Bruce Willis would die hard. That cop, remember that cop, the father from Family Matters? You all know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
Right, the heavy-set one from Family Matters. Who was
Carl Winslow.
Yeah, Winslow, right? Who was the cop who was helping Bruce Willis from outside, right? Okay, I forget who they wanted to play the cop at first. I think it was Wesley Snipes. It was somebody who was a little bit stronger. And the brother refused the role. And he took it. It was some prominent actor who did not want to be a sidekick. Right? You could look it up and see. There's this series on Netflix where they down there dissect movies and the actors who they did. And I saw it on that. And they did this because his whole role, when the director spoke to him, his entire role was to be a lackey to Bruce Willis. That's why remember, he saw the thing go off while he was doing what? Chilling, eating donuts. So in the same movie, while they've glorified one and he walking with a bloody foot and, you know, he's die hard. You can't kill him. This other one there, he coward, he's lazy and he don't do nothing. He lazy, just like how Akon said, black people are lazy. and they don't perform well, and you know,
they're sleeping on the job.
Sleeping on the job, just like what's going on now in Hollywood. Who are the actors that play in black people?
Right. Yeah, I cannot just slack here. I cannot watch a Harriet Tubman show because of that woman. I cannot sit down and watch it.
And I agree with you. I feel you.
Cannot.
I feel you on it. I feel offended when I look on the X-ray and I see tum. When I've done into the damn series, I see the Hamites. I be offended. You know what I mean? So they know exactly what they're doing to us, man. It's serious crafty counsel going on. But as a people, we're not really aware of it. You know what I mean? And it's the love of this place. This place is like a good drug. It's like a good hit. It'll make you fall in love with it, even though it's destroying you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though it's destroying you.
Like the scripture say, he that liveth in sin and lust or pleasures is dead while they liveth.
Yep. And that's basically it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Dead while they live it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It reminds me there was one other movie too. I think it's called Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
And I just seen a couple clips of the movie. But one thing was a lot of the slaves were played by Africans. And they had them doing a whole bunch of running around naked and doing a whole bunch of off things that Hamites would do that you really couldn't get, 100 black actors to do. Just for the dehumanization of it. And you wouldn't get 100 black actors to do it, but they were able to get, 100 Africans to do these crazy things in this movie to try to portray us horribly like animals.
Right.
So it's an age-old thing they've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. It absolutely was. It absolutely was. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you all want to get next. This drink.
So like that's just one paragraph I want to read right here.
Yeah, please.
So the same story on, right? So it said there has been almost 3 months. This is Mom speaking, and I haven't spoken to anybody about this investigation. Since his mother, Megan Reed, told the North Carolina Beats in a recent interview, I haven't even spoken to the detective. They are all on his side. Craig is a white man, and the detective is a white man too. You understand? It goes to show you, you know what I mean? You could jump high, jump low. You know what I mean? You are not going to get justice in this place.
Nah.
You're not.
You
understand?
What are you getting it for? Why would you get it? What's the whole reason to get it? Ain't no reason to give us justice.
Right.
Like we can't pull out from the economy and make it collapse.
Right. Can't. And I say that for us out there to not wait for situations like these to recognize that your Caucasian counterpart is not on your side.
Yep.
And you know what I mean, and they don't love you like you love them. Right. Don't wait for it to happen at your doorstep, then for you to come out and talk and say they make this statement. Like what's his name? Like Tory Lane's father, who was doing a camp speaking. He should have been doing that camp speaking. He should have been in all black. You understand already? Don't wait for it to come to your doorstep, then to realize that the so-called white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Don't wait. We've been waiting. We've been giving them hope, chance. That's why Barack Obama was able to win you over, because all we clinging on to is this hope, and change, and change.
That never come.
Hope. Why you have to change? Why do you press on the hope and change?
Right.
You got to change his lifestyle.
Right.
You understand? But now it's on us. But now, this is what's going to happen to us. We won't get no justice for our young ones, for our loved ones, when things like this happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
We have such a lackadaisical, like how Kamashak was saying, we want the parties. We want the lust of America. We want the New Year's celebration. We want that. when we need to be on a more serious matter, on a more serious note as of the people, because we sitting in the land of our captivity. We're not sitting in, we think it's the land of the free and this is just the great place. This is the land of our captivity.
Right.
And we got to start acting like it, or else we're going to keep getting caught unawares. Wake up. That's why we always say wake up.
That's right.
Listen, if I could, on the back of that story, I mean, we will probably run down the clock with this one here. I know you all heard about this here. This was a murder in Kansas City that was covered up. I mean, serial killer, Slovakia. This devil had women in his basement.
Heard of it.
And this was covered up, I mean, big time.
That if I called the police, that he would kill both of us if he found out. She said he already killed her 2 friends that she was with.
The woman who escaped said other Black women were killed by her abductor. She's not spoken publicly. She's not been named, but she helped break open a story that the Kansas City police had vehemently denied. As community members raised alarm that Black women and girls were being disappeared in September, possibly by a serial killer. Police responded by saying the reports were, quote, completely unfounded. Some of the concerns were raised in a now viral video by Bishop Tony Caldwell of Eternal Life Church by the independent publication, The Kansas City Defender.
I am a little upset.
So now, just to bring up the speed, one of the girls escaped because he went to take his son to school, right? This devil who had them there. These 3 girls, he had them in the basement. He killed the other 2 friends, which is once again, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out there. You keep an eye on your goddamn children, man.
That's right.
I'm blaming you parents. Now ain't the time to be slack. We in the information age. That cell phone in your hand, you seeing what's going on. You keep an eye on your goddamn children, man. These young girls twerking up the damn TikTok and, you know, making all these videos and portraying themselves as these hoes for these disgusting demons and getting lured out because they're stupid. They're getting seduced into, you know, meet me at the mall or meet me here. And this fool done took 3 of them, was gang raping them, and, you know, killed 2. 1 escaped. She ran to the neighbor. Brother, I don't know if we skipped the part in the video, but the woman said she come to the door with the red ball that be in the mouth around her neck, the latex sex dominatrix suit, and the handcuffs on. So you know she was in hell in that damn basement.
Right.
And when they went to the police and saying, listen, these girls was missing, and they're trying to flag down the police and tell them, listen, something ain't right. I think we have another serial killer here because they had one a few years before. The cops don't want to hear nothing about it.
What I remind you of? What series? Netflix series?
Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. It's every Negro, every devil USA.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
And it's because of how they portray the so-called white man in America. We try to give him a chance and saying, he ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't doing that.
And how they portray us. Yeah. Where if we go missing, you all a bunch of drug addicts anyway.
Yeah.
Your woman is hoes anyway. Fatherless homes anyway. She'll turn up. She probably just mad because you are arguing so much. Because just like how they portray them, like they're innocent, they portray us like nothing.
If I could, sir.
Please, sir.
This story, whether Black people want to admit it or not, this is all too common across America. They just delayed the case for the district attorney that was over the Ahmaud Arbery case, right? Because she tried to cover up the whole thing by not going down and arresting the father and son and the third cat that was with him.
Right.
Like America, this is what they do. Like they look out for their own, they hide it, they sweep it under the rug when it comes to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So nobody should be surprised by this. Like this is not a surprise. This is America. This is really the essence of Esau, your oppressor. He's Hannibal Lecter. He's a criminal. He's a thug. He's a murderer. He's all these things that you think he's not. You think he's the, model citizen next door. In the meanwhile, he has bodies in his basements.
Exactly.
And if I could, this is basically and damn, I lost my thought. I'm trying to think. That's like come back to me. I forgot. I lost my thought.
We come right back to it. You know, it might come right back to it. I think the Passover was saying, of course, this is how it is in everywhere in America. Like they just don't pay us no mind. That jog in memory.
This is what I was going to say. Our people are too busy kissing and worshiping this man.
Right.
That's why a lot of times they don't see the hatred that he has. We see it because we don't just go along with everything he says. We don't just do everything and great, you're so great, you're so kind. There's some good ones out there, and we give them all the benefit of the doubt. Guess what? We don't. So we get to see the real side of them because we stand on righteousness.
Right.
And anything wicked that they push, even if they're pushing it, we don't go for it. And so we see their real reactions, how they really think, how they really hate. Like, man, you should see on TikTok when I go live, the comments that these oppressors leave. So full of hate, talking hundreds of comments full of hate, just straight hate in every which way. Every which way you can hate, they're saying it. But we're speaking truth. But when you go along with their lies, you too busy kissing up to them, waiting for Santa Claus to come down your chimney. You're waiting for the ball to drop. So you don't see it. You don't see this man. That's why the scriptures say that if Satan transformed into a minister of an angel of light, his Satan's ministers has also transformed.
Right.
And you don't see it until you come into this truth, man, and start fighting against the system spiritually, and start. Well, I'm not going to do Christmas. Then you'll start seeing the hate. Oh, I'm not going to just forgive everything. I think some people should be held accountable, especially the oppressor. Oh, now you're going to see some hate.
Yeah.
But as long as you're doing the Christian American thing, you're not seeing the hate until we're getting murdered in the streets. But you would see the hate way before that step.
We're too busy enjoying this place, huh?
Yeah.
Like we really enjoying this place, and this place is not a place to enjoy. Let's play a little bit more of it here. Where's the brother? Now, this brother is a preacher, but he's been saying it and they've been ignoring him because he's one of those radical preachers. He's, trying to be an Israelite without being an Israelite.
Well, of Eternal Life Church by the independent publication, The Kansas City Defender.
I am a little upset right now. The reason I'm upset is because we got 4 young ladies that have been murdered within the last week here off of 85th and Prospect. We got a serial killer again. And ain't nobody saying nothing. The media's not covering it.
And he's saying again. You understand? He said we got a serial killer again. Just like the horror movie with Pennywise. It's like it happened one time and then Pennywise come back for more kids. Like, that's our life. When the season is right, they just come and murder a generation and then lay low and come right back.
We got 3 young ladies that are missing. Ain't nobody saying a word. What is the problem? Why can't we get some cooperation? Where's our community leaders? Where's our activists? Where's our public officials? Where's our police department? Where is those folks at? In President Gardens. Come on now. We need to start knocking doors. We need to start making sure that this is brought to the light. We cannot continue to let this happen.
And Salakia Cap, what he's saying there is so heavy too, in that when you read the Bible, right, and you hear something like this go on in a city, the elders will do what? Will call everybody out. You understand? And an inquisition has to be made.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you see that girls that missing, everybody in that city had to come to that place. Everybody in that city. Yeah. You understand? That's to show you that, you know, I mean, we should be the ones in charge. You understand? Because the oppressor, he in charge, he don't give a damn unless it's his kids.
Yeah.
You understand? He has 4 of his girls missing. The earth is going to stop.
Listen, one of them missing. One of them missing for an hour. One of them missing for an hour. Your phone 2 o'clock in the morning going, bring, Amber Alert. Look out for a green Toyota or Honda or some shit.
Yeah.
And then by 7 o'clock that same morning, oh yeah, she was found. She went and hid in the shed.
That's it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me
Like
get
that is ridiculous. That's no different, as I said, that Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
When it went to the cops several times and say a smell is coming from that apartment. This, that, the other. He hearing noises. And
listen, this one is more ridiculous because, okay, the girl, they found the girl, they interviewed the girl. The cops are still saying there was no evidence to search his house. When they'll interview a brother who's an activist, a Christian woman who she hate black men because she blamed the pastor. She say, well, the pastor was saying it, but you know, he a little crazy, so nobody ain't gonna believe him. She's some old bulldogging, you know, preacher woman. But the brother was saying he did the investigation himself and went to the police and gave them what he found. And they said that's unfounded and no evidence. And even after the girl escaped, they said they had no legitimate leads to kick open any doors. They was denying everything. Now listen, as I watched the whole thing, I ain't gonna play the whole thing for everybody. Y'all could go find it. But as you watch it, I would not doubt that those police was visiting that house at night to get their rocks off with them young girls. And that's why they was ignoring everything, because they was partaking in the fun. And that's nothing new, because in the book, 100 Years of Lynchings, Captain Mawakwa's great-grandmother, who was the daughter of one of those girls who was gang raped in a sheriff's basement, where him and his friends raped her all night long, and then the next day sent her home with bread and pot liquor and said, this is for your trouble. That's nothing new. Why it is they didn't investigate even after they saying, you know, we still didn't have any leads, we didn't have nothing, and, you know, it's a closed investigation. Why? Maybe y'all was going down there. They said, the girl had on a latex dominatrix suit with handcuffs on, and the red ball that's supposed to be in her mouth is around her neck. Brother, that girl was in hell arc.
Went viral in September. The Kansas City Police Department spokesperson insisted there was, quote, no basis to support this rumor, unquote. But police have since arrested 39-year-old Timothy Hazlitt of Excelsior Springs, Missouri, for kidnapping and torturing the woman who escaped. The Kansas City Defender has reported on a social media post saying they show the sexual predator was, quote, a white supremacist who believed we are in a race war. For more, we're joined in Kansas City by 2 guests, Ryan Sorrell, founder of the Black-led independent newspaper, The Kansas City Defender, and Justice Gatson, executive director of the Real Justice Network, a Black woman-led organization based in Kansas City, Missouri. Welcome you both to Democracy Now! I mean, Ryan, your Black-led independent newspaper has been leading the charge on this, as the police department adamantly denied there was any issue until this woman escaped with chains. Can you take us through this story? And not only her story, but she said to
these reports and testimonies is what we refer to them as. The police department refers to them as rumors, largely because they come from the Black community. But we reported these reports and testimonies in mid to late September. And, you know, rather than reaching out to us to understand and gather more information about where we got this information from, rather than reaching out to the community to understand where these concerns were coming from, the police department, 3 days after we reported this initially, came out and literally just said these are completely unfounded rumors, is what they called them. And as you mentioned, they said that there's no basis to support these claims. And so to me and to us and our community, the number one problem with how the police department handled this situation was that they called it completely unfounded without doing any type of investigation at all. And it seemed, much more like they were actually trying to discredit our community voices and to silence our community voices than to, look after what was actually happening in our community. And to us, that's a testament to the type of anti-blackness that is prevalent in our police department, which is also currently under federal investigation for racism and discrimination. And so once these new revelations came out, I actually reached out to the police department to see if they would update their statement or if they still maintained their initial position that our reports were completely unfounded. And they said that they do still maintain, regardless of these new revelations that clearly show that they were wrong, they said that they still maintain their position that what we reported, they said specifically, was completely unfounded.
So now, this police station is under federal investigation for racism and racial policies and practices. Federal investigation. This brother here running some local newspaper, him and his crew did their own investigation in the neighborhood. And they found out that something was off, and they gave them, what they found, and they wouldn't even deploy one young rookie to go knock on a door. He said it was unfounded. I maintain my position, brother, because I know the history of my oppressor. They was going there at night.
And if I could, the story still is being pushed and brushed under the rug and held under cover. Where the press conference at?
Exactly.
Where the police chief coming out and saying this is what happened? We're gonna break it down. We're under investigation. We can't say nothing. They always say that shit anyway when it's us. We can't say nothing about the case when it's something that you care about. You giving all the information. You putting out tips and hints and every damn thing. So they still hushing it and keeping it under wraps because we're the major news stories. Keep picking this up.
Exactly. They ain't doing it.
Even a local news story, Salaki.
Yeah, that was local. This thing didn't make no CNN or nothing. You know what I mean? This was absolutely local. But, once again, we going to have to separate totally from this place, man. And a new year in your calendar is not going to make a damn difference. It's not going to make nothing. There's somebody tied up in a basement right now. Right now. And Akon going to say you're lazy. And some oppressor is going to have his way with your daughter or your son. And, the small hats are going to enjoy billions of dollars in this fourth quarter right here. They done enjoyed it already with Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all the new releases. Look for them to release all the old school shoes that Black people would wear. You know what I mean? Like this is a time here to fully separate from this oppressor and be, singular, as we go forward, you know what I mean, in this kingdom. We have to be singular as one people because these heathens are singular among themselves. And they're able to live and have some semblance of identity and have some sort of recourse if this oppressor offends them or step on their toes. We the only ones who don't have any kind of recourse. We don't have any kind of, fight back. We don't have a voice. We don't have any representation. We have to separate from this place, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We got to separate. So, with that, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Khan, what you saying is so heavy because our people don't understand the like how General Muhammad said recently that hit heavy when he said we're stronger by subtraction. Our people don't understand the power and the strength it is to prefer our own and to not bring in the others and to not just be this is for everybody. They don't understand the I.S.U.P.K is probably the only organization on this planet that will only allow Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in our doors. And our people don't understand the weight and strength that is in that thing right there. In that, that would get push these heathens out from taking our music. We damn sure would be more protective about living amongst these heathens and our children and our women and the way we move so things like this will be less likely to happen. We just don't understand the power in that. But Lord will, more of our people waking up and will start to see the treasure. Like what did Christ say? He said the kingdom of heaven is where? It's within you.
Right.
It's in your brother, in your sister, inside us. That's the king. That's where all the treasure is at. Until we prefer our own and separate, like Captain Mashak was saying, like all the captains were saying, we're never going to get the true riches. Like Christ said, how can I give you the true riches, man? You can't handle this. You can't handle the love of your brother. How you gonna get the true riches?
It takes a certain amount of strength to choose to make a choice against your flesh. And when I say against your flesh, meaning what you want to do, and then decide, I ain't doing that. I'm doing this thing here. It takes a certain amount of strength. And because we're slaves under this empire, and I'm not just speaking about the Israelites who live in the land America, but the Americas also, Canada, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean islands, and by extension, the rest of the world. The pacification we get from the American dream, the lifestyle of America, the things America supply at fingertips, it really weakens us to make those decisions. It weakens us. We're not strong enough to stand and make those decisions, brother. The shelves in the store go empty. We turn on each other. That's to show you how far we are. We turn on each other. We don't link up with each other and say, you know what you have. You might have excess of rice in your house. You might be stocked up on water. You might be stocked up on baby formula. I got some more diapers here. We don't start a network and start to use the resources we do have. We turn on each other because the shelves is empty. Why? Because life in this place is easy. Ain't no planting and reaping and sowing. It's slaving and going and give the oppressor the slave money.
Yep.
And because of that, we are absolutely weak. We are that home-born slave. We had to hurt a little bit more in this place for us to now start to choose each other. So Akon gets to talk freely. Amber Rose, you got a pass tonight. We're going to deal with you letting your bald-headed tennis ball-headed ass next week. We're going to deal with that old dumb bald-headed tennis ball hoe ass next week. Another hoe that Kanye West liberated. Now, because of brothers like him, we know about Kim Kardashian and this bald-headed slut. It's crazy. You know what I mean? With that, again, to water for you all coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Y'all stay dangerous in this place, man. Stay dangerous in this place. This world is not forgiving. And it's not slight anymore. It ain't a cakewalk no more. Y'all be vigilant out there. You Israelites, y'all know what time it is. This is not the new year. This is just the dead of winter, and it's another day. Saturday going into Sunday. It's not the new year. The new year is 14 days before Passover, 12 days before Passover?
Yeah, about that.
Right?
14, yeah, 14.
Is the end of the ending time of this, or the second half of March. That's around the new year period. Passover is 14 days after the new year, April 1st, 2023. That's the Passover. You're coming down Raleigh, North Carolina. Check us out. We're going to be all the way down there, rocking it out, celebrating, praying to the Lord and honoring when the Lord buried our oppressors for our sake, for everything they ever did to us, man. With that, again, to Water Captain Natha coming out, always on deck, going out with us there from North Carolina. You all know Captain Azana, you're upstate New York, Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester, holding it down. You Captain Kapash, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, all them places, you just damn near right hand, left hand. Captain Napatas holding up Ohio by we are Indianapolis. Our officer Kazak always holding us down here in DC, helping out, supporting the show. We're gonna be back next week, Lord allow, weather permitting. Pay your tithes, ISUPK.com. Blackwatch News every Monday, 9 p.m. Commander GEN.YAHANNA live with the heavy hitters. Y'all stay tuned, man. Like, share, and subscribe. We out.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a
was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me, and let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember Yohanna's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how